We are so happy to be back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unobstructed Views, presented by Blue Moon. When you choose a Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Alanna Rizzo, that is Jared Carrabis on the Jordan's Furniture Couch. Appreciate you being here, as always, my friend. And in Mississippi, from the SIP, Jonathan Papelbon is zooming in. There he is. Pap, good to see you. Big series. Pap, we'll start with you. The big bad Dodgers are in town to take on the big bad Red Sox. This is a series that sometimes gets circled on the calendar. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I think, Alanna. Playtime's over. The schedule is getting tough. Just like I tell my kids, summertime's over. It's time to get back to school. We got to get down to the grind here and find a way to win close games and beat tough teams.
Everybody knows that guy, Shohei Ohtani, is going to be on the Dodgers lineup today. Of course, not pitching into this series, Jonathan Papelbon, but this guy. What's that?
He's a coward.
He's a coward. He doesn't want to face the Red Sox lineup. I think he's actually pitching on Wednesday in Cincinnati, perhaps. Pap, this guy is a must-watch TV, Shohei.
Yeah, for me, it's an amazing thing to watch, just simply because I know the dedication and the work that you have to put in just to be a good pitcher, not only to be a good hitter. What really surprises me, though, is his hitting. Just been launching balls here as of late. So to me, in this series, definitely going to have to circle him. Might even have to circle Freddie Freeman as well there. So I don't know. For me, as a fan, I love watching it, but I hope he goes over tonight.
This is a team that has a lot of fight, a lot of grit, but they do need to figure out a way to get some traction moving forward. I know that the schedule's a little bit crazy right now, but do they have enough? What do you need?
Well, I think you saw the Giolito situation, early on was off a little bit in mechanics, and now he's established himself like, yeah, okay, I found something. Obviously, Crochet, obviously, Bayo. You got some guys, Walker Buehler's going to be better, period. You need a starting pitcher, right? So that's their job to go find that. You need, obviously, more bullpen help. It just gives you depth. And that's the one thing the Dodgers have done over the years, right, is you have Andrew Freeman. They have 1 million. They're still looking for starters. And they got 17, it seems like, on the roster. Even Kike Hernandez is hurt. I count him as a starter now because he's pitched so much this year. But you got to just get
But I was saying this earlier, and I want you to speak on this too, because you've done both, right? You've been on teams that have limped in with like one starter, got to the playoffs, and then bam, you're done. You need two starters, no matter who they are, once you get in.
God, his routes tonight have been interesting.
100%. And by the way, this starting pitching is so important. The whole bullpen scenes going in the playoffs and World Series, you're sitting here going, it makes me scratch my head to this day. When you go watch a game, that starting pitcher is who you're leaning on, right? You got the big aces, and you're like, all right, give me 7, and let's go ahead and get 6 outs in the bullpen. Now we got bullpen starts, and we got all this stuff, and I don't even understand it. The starting pitchers are important, so you need some good dudes out there. You need the Evaldi's, in big games that go, shove, or Chris Sales in the day, or when Papelbon was pitching before he became an awesome closer, when he was drilling Sosa when we were in spring training, no one even knew who Jonathan Papelbon. I said, dude, this is the coolest guy in the world. Who is that guy that drilled Sammy Sosa in the middle of the bat because they hit Trot Nixon in the first inning? Daniel Cabrera crumbled him. And we have this young kid, Jonathan Papelbon, is just he's just coming over to pitch a game. And I looked at the guy and said, we need that kid. Who is that? And sure enough, later on that year, he comes up. He didn't say a word. No one told him. That's just the way the game was played. You know what I'm saying? But starting pitchers, don't discount that. You need horses and horses and horses. And I talk about in 04. Yeah, the team won, all the stuff. 5 starters didn't miss a start that year. Wakefield, Bronson, Schill, Pedro, and D-Lo. Period, end of story.
All right, nobody out at the moment. 3-1 Dodger lead over the Boston Red Sox, bottom of the third. Let's bring in the 5th member of our broadcast team. You know him as the real 1-5, everybody.
Oh,
Kevin Millar. Uncle Kevin, how are you?
Golly, how are you guys doing? We're over here actually downtown Austin doing this Home Run Derby X. Ooh. So I was in a full-on meeting, and we are going over all the rules. It's a 3-on-3. It's going to be awesome. Manny and I, we got a softball player. We got all kinds of fun stuff. But I was like, oh, my God, I got to go get over here and do this thing. So here we are. We're at the JW Marriott.
I love
that.
You
got Manny with you?
Dude, Manny, of course he didn't make the meeting. But I said, it's okay as long as he's in the box. I'm like, I'll take care of Manny.
There's no way he was on time, and there's no way he has real hair.
His hair's got to be fake, and there's no way he's on time.
100%. They were talking about, I'll promise man's going to be here tomorrow. I said, don't promise anything because he missed 3 games of the Yankees. And then we had Kepler hitting third. You guys are rocking it.
Kevin, no! Kevin, now you have to stay.
Yep, my bad.
Look
at this.
All right.
Now you have to stay, 1-5.
He's the fastest kid alive. He's the fastest kid alive.
It's a single for me, boys.
Millar, man, we were talking earlier, man, like this team's finally got like some grit to it. Like, to me, and I hear you talk about this a lot, man. You talk about it on your show, and we're going to talk about like leadership, man. Like, what does that mean to this ball club? They got rid of Devers. Some guys had to step up. You got to have leadership on a ball club to win, period, right?
Once I heard Jared stop pouting about Devers' situation, I'm like, bro, will you stop? This is what it's about. It's real easy. You got to look the boys in the eyes, and if you're not playing for me, then out. See you later. This isn't about feelings and hurting feelings, and I know that in the beginning stages it could have been handled differently. I got it, bro. But at the end of the day, one dude's got to come up to Devers and go, hey, are you playing for me or the front office? Because if being mad at the front office isn't the first time and the last time a player's going to have issues, right? But you have to play for the boys. And there was times when I felt that there needed to be a glove grab to go into first or a glove grab to go into third. And by the way, no one's bigger than the team. Teams win championships, not players. I know that we got all the stuff and how they can get their offense, but it was funny because I almost texted Jared. I was like, you know what? You're just a little bit off right now on this situation. What happened? The boys have shown you what chemistry's about, and you can take a deep breath now because, hey, let's just figure it out. Sometimes it doesn't make sense on paper. We just got to figure it out with Boys Club.
Kevin, spend money. What does this team need? Week away from the deadline.
Well, obviously, we're going to say you can go out there and get a starting pitcher, a power arm in the bullpen, and that's, I think, what makes it unique with everybody trying to do the same thing, period. So you got to, Sandy Alcantara, what's his name? Just threw 7 innings there today, Alcantara. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff. You got to get creative in the scenes like this. There's not a whole bunch of star power because everybody's trying to get it. Now you get creative and make trades and figure it out, and that's for them to do. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy talking smack.
I was trying to do some recruiting at the All-Star game. I saw Joe Ryan out there. I was like, hey, see you in a few weeks, maybe?
I'm telling you, man, this team's but you're starting to see the identity of the club, right? Obviously, they went 10 straight going to break. Then their schedule looks like, oh, my God, we got the Cubs, Phillies, Dodgers. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's the big boy league, right? And you got to play games, and you got to play tough, and we've lost a couple here and there, but I like what they've got right now, and they're starting to show, and then they're talking about the influx in the outfield and the depth. Fine. But obviously a starting pitcher, obviously power arms in the bullpen because of the injury scene. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Kev, I tell you what, I enjoy watching this ball club a whole lot more than I did, before the All-Star break. There's no question about that.
Hang on, Kevin. Don't go anywhere. 3 outs. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, 1-5. All right, we welcome you back to Unobstructed Views. We are joined again by Kevin Millar. We appreciate you being here, Kevin. This is a fun team. We talked about it. This is a team that has a lot of fight, a lot of grit. But they do need to figure out a way to get some traction moving forward. I know that the schedule's a little bit crazy right now, but do they have enough? What do you need?
Well, I think you saw the Giolito situation, early on was off a little bit of mechanics, and now he's established himself like, yeah, okay, I found something. Obviously, Crochet, obviously, Bayo. You got some guys, Walker Buehler's going to be better, period. You need a starting pitcher, right? So that's their job to go find that. You need, obviously, more bullpen help. It just gives you depth. And that's the one thing the Dodgers have done over the years, right, is you have Andrew Freeman. They have a million. They're still looking for starters. And they got 17, it seems like, on the roster. Even Kike Hernandez is hurt. I count him as a starter now because he's pitched so much this year. But you got to just get
But I was saying this earlier, and I want you to speak on this too because you've done both, right? You've been on teams that have limped in with like one starter, got to the playoffs, and then bam, you're done. You need 2 starters, no matter who they are, once you get in.
God, his routes tonight have been interesting,
100%. And by the way, this starting pitching is so important. The whole bullpen scenes going in the playoffs and World Series, you're sitting here going, it makes me scratch my head to this day. when you go watch a game, that starting pitcher is who you're leaning on, right? You got the big aces, and you're like, all right, give me 7, and let's go ahead and get 6 outs in the bullpen. Now we got bullpen starts, and we got all this stuff, and I don't even understand it. The starting pitchers are important, so you need some good dudes out there. You need the Evaldi's, in big games to go, shove, or Chris Sales in the day, or, when Papelbon was pitching before he became an awesome closer, when he was drilling Sosa when we were in spring training, no one even knew who John the Papelbon. I said, dude, this is the coolest guy in the world. Who is that guy that drilled Sammy Sosa in the middle of the bat because they hit Trot Nixon in the first inning? Daniel Cabrera crumbled him. And we have this young kid, Jonathan Papelbon, is this age, he's just coming over to pitch a game. And I looked at the guy and said, we need that kid. Who is that? And sure enough, later on that year, he comes up. He didn't say a word. No one told him. That's just the way the game was played. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But starting pitchers, don't discount that. You need horses and horses and horses. And I talk about in 04. Yeah, the team won and all the stuff. 5 starters didn't miss a start that year. Wakefield, Bronson, Schill, Pedro, and D-Lo. Period, end of story.
Kevin, did you ever have to introduce any sort? Oh, dang it! Stay one more time. One more half inning. One more half inning.
Oh my God, you're killing me!
Don't you dare say that.
All right,
nope. Half inning. That's it.
Half an inning.
Okay. Bye. Hang on.
He will text you once it's done with the Zoom call, but he wanted me to tell you that we have 7 total for dinner tonight. Text.
Awesome.
Yo.
Is that Gomes?
Dad's on
He got the first pitch tonight.
Yeah.
With the Red Sox.
Okay, well, you called me, so.
Pretty soon.
They're all headed over there now.
Everyone's headed over there now.
Yeah, Kev, they were asking me for like $65,000 to do the cruise. And I was like, all right, so we charge everyone $200 to make you $60,000. Like, where's the profit for us? So like, that makes no sense.
So you got the business side going.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, ours is just a little Q&A fun, little whatever.
Hey,
but
so would it be a free cruise for me, though?
Hey, we went in circles. That's all. It's just Q&A.
All right, welcome you back. Bottom of the 4th, 3-2. Sox down by 1. Kevin, did you ever have to do anything specifically to teach Pap about Boys Club, or anything that you had to do, taking him under your wing?
Listen, Pap was younger than me. Spot started that spring training thing. Mississippi State boy. He knew exactly how the game's played. And what I was trying to tell you is Daniel Cabrera drilled Trot Nixon.
Yes. You mentioned that.
Sorry. There we go. I got you. Daniel Cabrera drilled Trot Nixon in the middle of the back in the first inning. And this young kid that wasn't established basically hit Sammy Sosa same exact way. And that ended up being Jonathan Papelbon. And we talked about it going, wow, do I love this kid. And that's basically, he knew how the game was played. And you know what? He was young, and people say, oh, he's crazy. But at the end of the day, this kid was about being a good dude to his teammates and played this game to win. And that's what you respect, is that passion.
Yeah, the trade deadline on Thursday, that'll be the 20th anniversary of his big league debut.
I'll tell you this much. You know as well as I do, man, like, I don't miss the grind of the game. I don't miss having to prepare every day. I miss the cards. I miss the plane flight. Believe it or not, I miss the plane, the damn plane, dude. Flying on the plane and shit like that. So to me, I think the game's changed a little bit today, but, it still is the boys club. And these kids are having the time of their lives, man.
It is. It is. It's gotten obviously numberies and you lose some instincts, but don't lose your eyes. Don't lose the passion. Don't lose watching the game, talking the game, hanging out, bro. I can't stand looking at the iPads right after every at-bat because you're not watching me. That's how you teach each other, man. You got out, you popped up the third, you got on the top step, and you watch your teammates. Now you go to the iPad, you stare at that for 2 hitters. I just don't, we did that after the game in underwear with a cocktail. You know what I'm saying? We looked at our bats.
After you guys showered together. You always talk about
after we
showering.
showered, Alanna, and everything's immediate. Like, if you don't text somebody back these days, like, oh, my God, hey, bro, I was taking a shower. I was over there, hitting ground balls to the boys. Everything's, like, quick. Hey, you know what you're doing at the plate. You know when that umpire screws you or not. We'll get to it after the game.
Yeah. Kev, I got to ask you this question because you're a big, obviously, team camaraderie guy. Duran is the name that keeps coming up at the trade deadline. There was a rumored rejected trade, something about the San Diego Padres. So he's kind of the name that's in focus right now with the deadline looming. He's beloved on this team. He's a guy that shows up, posts, plays hard, he cares. Even if you have an all-star type player coming in, what can that do to a team when you subtract a player like Duran, who's kind of the heartbeat of the club?
It's part of this business, and we all kind of get it and understand we're all available, but I'm telling you, that's not the guy. There's not a package. I was just talking about this to a couple buddies. They're like, hey, wouldn't you do that? And I go, no, because there's not a package. Who are you getting? He's the guy that respects 90 feet, plays the game hard every single day, sets the tone when he hits a single and goes to 2 and then steals third. It's remarkable. He plays the game every day that way. There's never a reminder to run the ball out. So how do you not respect that? Of course they respect it. But now we got a lot of outfielders. Well, that's fine. Get creative some other way. But I'm not letting that kid go, right? This was your MVP of the All-Star game last year. So He's not doing exactly what you wanted to do, or the game's hard. You think Gunnar Henderson's having the time of his life? He's hitting 1 home run in July. Last year, Gunnar Henderson, we're talking about Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson being the best shortstops ever. The game is hard. Jaron Duran's human, and he's going to be back to right where he's about to be anyways. The game's not over after 81 games, a half, but that's not a guy I part ways with. Yeah. Those are ball players. Those are makeup guys. That counts. Besides how high you can jump with your hands in your hip.
Yeah.
Or how fast you can swing the bat. It doesn't matter. He's a makeup dude and he plays the game right.
Nobody hates when you don't run it out more than Pap, right?
I think you said it best, man. I think you said it best. At the end of the day, he's a makeup guy and he's a guy in that clubhouse that everybody leans on. And at the end of the day, you can't get rid of that because you can't duplicate that because you don't know what you're bringing in. And the Red Sox clubhouse is a special clubhouse. And Alex Cora treats it that way, and he treats it with respect. And so you got to find that perfect guy to come in there. And not all the time is it going to be a perfect trade, and you're going to find that perfect guy that's going to have the same makeup as a Duran or a Breggy. Period.
That guy's not out there. That guy's not out there right now.
Oh, your eyes, just watch. Your eyes, there's about a handful that are that way, right? Pete Carl Armstrong, I told him there spring training, that don't ever change, man. Refreshing, plays ball, not into all the stuff. And, he's a star right now. He's a star right now in Chicago. It's easy to get caught up in ourselves, right? We all love digging ourselves. It's part of it, right? Success, you walk around, you're carrying luggage. But
Kevin, we dig you. We dig you and we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
See you later, buddy.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Look at that, Jonny Gomes throwing out the first pitch. Love it. How did you do? I didn't actually see him throw it out.
It's a bad one. I'm going to FaceTime him right now, and I'm going to ask him what was the thought process there. Let's see.
I mean, wasn't the thought process just to get it over the plate?
Yeah, he failed. All right. I got the FaceTime cooking live. Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah. We got a delay on this or no?
Yeah, Jonny Gomes, man, he's the one guy that I wish I would have had a chance to play with.
Why is that?
Here he is. We're live on TV, by the way, so don't say anything crazy. We just showed your first pitch. Didn't look as good as maybe some other guys that have thrown out first pitches. We missed wide right. What was your thought process?
Well, my thought process is an absolute honor to throw out the first.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So let's start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we did it for a great cause of running the 5K tomorrow.
Yeah.
So when you're judging up, down, in, and out, that kind of makes you seem like a dork. I mean, we're literally judging first pitches, so that makes me want to judge your hair gel.
Hey,
Whoa.
tell him I need a pair of those boots, man.
Tell him what Pap said.
We got, what did you say, Pap?
I need a pair of them boots. Who made them boots?
Pap said he wants a pair of them boots. He just, look at it. He's showing them. Those are show boots.
I love it. Jared Carrabis in the house, everybody.
Yeah, that's me. We'll have to get you to call into one of these sooner or later.
Just get your ratings up and I'll come on.
But by you coming on, our ratings would go up.
You're supposed to help our ratings. Yeah. We'll have you on Monday.
Single-handedly ratings booster.
All right, done deal. It's Jonny Gomes, everybody. Later. He's taking his shirt off. Jonny Gomes.
Pretty cool guy right there, man. I wish I would have had a chance to play with him. Great competitor, though, man. Played against him in Tampa Bay, and I tell you what, man, every at-bat against him is a grind.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't be nasty.
All right.
It was a very anticlimactic ending to,
Okay, Oscar Hernandez, the hero of this one, a 3-run shot. What's the difference in this ball game?
Yeah, that's a tough loss for the Sox, but they can still win it. They can still win the series. And a hell of a pitching matchup tomorrow.
Crochet and Kirsch.
Correct. 2 future Hall of Famers.
One we know for sure. One Jared is putting in the universe. There's the man, Kirsch, going up against Garrett Crochet tomorrow. 5-2. Look at that. No errors on either side. 6 left on base for both teams. Dodgers out hitting the Red Sox by double digits there, 5-10, if you will. There you have it, guys. Thanks for being with us on Unobstructed Views, brought to you by Blue Moon and Jordan's Furniture. For Jared Carrabis, Alanna Rizzo, Jonathan Papelbon, our entire crew, we will see you on Monday. Good night, all.